Tonight, recovery efforts remain underway across West Florida in the wake of Hurricane Milton. The death toll has continued to rise throughout today. State and federal officials plus community members are surveying the damage in areas impacted by Milton. This drone footage taken by our sister station in Tampa shows just how strong the wind and gusts were at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. That was one of the communities most impacted by this storm. Well, tonight, the death toll as well as the number of people being rescued in the aftermath of Hurricane Milton just continues to rise. This is still a developing story, but here is what we know right now. At least 13 fatalities have been confirmed since this afternoon. Over 3 million people in Florida still do not have power. Rescue efforts are taking place mostly across Florida's west coast, with flooding still the biggest obstacle for officials and law enforcement there. Well, here are just some of the stunning visuals from last night's hurricane. First is this massive crane in St. Petersburg, which collapsed due to all the strong wind gusts. It knocked right into a nearby building there. Then there is this horrifying video of someone in their home in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Look at how fast the winds picked up, how strong those gusts were at the time. You can see just how hard it was to see in parts of Florida due to those storm conditions. And of course, flooding is the main concern now for cities who dealt with the hurricane. This was at the Tampa Bay airport last night. You can see just how much rainfall there was. That has led officials to rescue hundreds of people in places like Tampa, Clearwater, and St. Petersburg. This rescue footage was taken by our team on the ground in Clearwater, Florida. Earlier today, Rob Hackford from our sister station in Tampa surveyed the damages in Sarasota County, one of the key areas where state and federal officials are focusing their relief.
We're on Venice Island right now, getting our first sense of the damage here. A lot of washout on the streets. The marina behind me, a few boats up on land, lifted up because of the storm surge here. But a lot of this damage as well. Carports just toppled over, or roofs ripped off those carports. Fortunately, some cars faring pretty well. No damage to those. Others not so lucky elsewhere on the island. The jetty also suffering some pretty significant damage from the water rushing in, rushing back out. Speaking with some folks as well that have been going out, that hunkered down here on Venice, just getting a sense of how they're feeling today as well.
I went to bed a little optimistic because I knew that it kind of went down to a 3, but I guess that it was just as bad as everyone was kind of saying in terms of the debris. Luckily, the storm surge wasn't like a problem here. Like the flooding wasn't necessarily a problem where I live, but it was definitely up there in terms of what to expect.
Another thing, as expected, a lot of downed trees and limbs and roads heading down, especially on Venice Island, down that iconic stretch to the jetty. Roofs as well suffering some damage, sections ripped off, others entirely lifted off. We saw that just down the way over by Jetty Jack's. That had actually been lifted up and kind of repositioned from where it was after Helene. A lot of damage here on Venice Island, but folks are feeling fairly good about things this morning, just looking to get cleaned up and to recover from this. Reporting on Venice, Rob Hackford, 10 Tampa Bay.